So can you tell me your least favorite country in Europe or even the world?
Brazil.
Wow.
At nighttime, I'm like, all right, I'm about to go, roam around. So I'm about to leave out the hotel, and the lady, the front desk lady was like, where you going? I'm like, oh, just about to walk around to see like where. She was like, walk where? I said, oh, I'm just. She like, no, you're not. You're not gonna walk. Like, where you going? Like, you can't just walk around. I'm like, why? She's like, cause you can't. It's not safe for you to do it.
Hey, Jamie Woods, we here to travel and motivate. No curry, we just trying to keep our minds in a golden state. We answer to nobody but the Lord, we control our fate. Too many things to see just to sit in a hole and bake. We growing, ayy.
So can you tell me your least favorite country in Europe or even the world?
Ooh, man. If you want to be honest, right? But I don't want to throw them underneath the bus. Shit. I want to say and I think maybe I had to have a do-over. I want to say Brazil.
Wow.
And I don't mean like like it was a beautiful place, but it was a culture shock so much.
Yeah.
That it froze me up. Like
I get you.
Yeah. Like you thought you seen poverty from, New York and Baltimore. We think no, whole never. And it was like, okay, you know how when you go to different countries, they have pockets, right? Like, in Paris, it can be hood in certain places. Like it could be, I just never seen nothing like that. So it kind of like it spooked me out a little bit. Like, oh, like
you went to the favelas?
What is? Hold on, what you said? Where?
The favelas, like it's kind of like, you ever seen those famous like houses that are on top of each other in the mountains?
I didn't go to that.
Oh, you didn't go to favela?
I was in Rio. I was in Rio. So in Rio is a city. So it's like really, I feel like it's a beautiful place. The beaches are beautiful. People are cool. They real like calm and collective. But I just never seen. It just felt like I don't know, man. I was just freaked out a little bit. Like but I was like, maybe I need to do over because that was my first time. And I was told about South. They was like, listen, bro, this ain't Paris. This ain't Japan. This is a whole nother world. And it was. Yeah. And I wasn't just prepared for it.
Well, no, I love the fact you said that, and not because I'm a big Brazil guy, right?
Yeah.
But it just proves the point that I've been saying over and over and over again throughout my videos. That as much as I do like Brazil isn't a place you go to if you're a newbie to the game. It's a place you go to once you're experienced, because it can get very sketchy. Like once you get out that airport and you see the surroundings, you're like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? Like that happened to me, bro. I got scared shitless. I was talking to my boy because I went with my boy. I'm like, yo, what did we get ourselves into, bro? We might as well would have gone to Colombia or something.
Yeah, okay. So, what's the spot that everybody hang out on Mondays?
Pedro do Sal?
Yeah, so let me tell you, I'm out there filming, whatever, I'm drinking, I'm filming. A Brazilian lady tapped me on my shoulder like twice, like, hey. She didn't even speak. She was like, phone away, put it away. Like she was like, that phone, put it away. And I'm like, what? Wow. And my somebody, well, no, not somebody. When I looked on TikTok, that was the one thing that everybody, and I'm like, damn, I didn't see that part. Like they was like, do not have that phone out in that area. They will take that phone from you. So she was like, kind of like trying to save me, like, hey, put that phone up. She ain't had to do that. She was just a vendor out there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I ain't never felt like I had to, put my phone, like, cause she was just looking at me. I'm like, why is this lady staring at me like it? And she came over and just tapped me like twice, like, hey man, put that phone up. Cause and let me tell you, that was fun that night. It was like packed. It was, a lot of people just looked like they're having a good time. But I just felt like I never got comfortable. So I said I gotta do a do-over. I was like, maybe now that I know what to expect, I gotta probably do that over again to see how to adapt to it. Like,
because that's the thing, man, is because you solo traveled out there, right?
I solo traveled out there.
Yeah, so you solo travel. So like Rio can be intimidating depending where you go, because it can get very sketch very quickly.
Yeah.
And as much as I do like Brazil, I have to admit it, right? It's not a place you go to if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not self-aware, because bro, you can get robbed real quick. And that goes to show how great Brazilian people are, because in most countries, they probably wouldn't tell you that. They probably wouldn't go out of their way to tell you, hey, put your phone away. You know, they would just be like, all right, bro, stupid gringo, you know, and then you get robbed, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Brazil is a place. I made a ton of videos about it. But Brazil is a place that you got to be very careful with your phone. And I'm just saying this generally speaking, because they're known for phone theft. Like these motorcycles will literally pull up to the sidewalk and snatch your phone and run away, and you never reach them. And they do that a lot.
Damn, that's crazy. Definitely, I didn't know about that. I heard a little bit of stories about you'll get robbed, like, you know. And let me tell you, the area that I did adapt to, Lapa. I adapted to
Lapa?
I adapted to that because, for one, my hotel was only like 5 minutes away. But
wait, you were in the Lapa district in Santa Teresa?
Yes, I was somewhere. I was in my hotel. Probably was about in a car about 10 minutes away. The hotel. I want to tell you what I stayed. I can't even think about where I stayed at right now. But the hotel was like maybe like 10 minutes away, like in an Uber. So that was the area that I started going, because I'm like, you know, the steps where Snoop did the video. What is that called?
Yeah.
Okay, they have a good food spot right there. I was going to like damn near every day, and then at nighttime I would go past there, go get food. So it was like, that was like my little hub, like for a little bit, like for the first 2 days. Like that was like, and then I started going back there again. Like that was my hub. Then I found the Starbucks that's not too far, because I'm a walker. I love walking. So I started walking, and I ran into the Starbucks that's not too far from Lapa. It's like right up the street. So I was like, okay, all right. So when I started getting comfortable at the end of my trip, like I started getting real, because I was out there for like almost 7 days. I started getting comfortable.
I can understand now why you're saying you weren't comfortable in the beginning, just because of the neighborhood you stayed in. Because crazy enough, Lapa is very sketchy, bro. Very sketchy. A lot of my Brazilian friends that are Brazilian, that are cariocas from Rio, they've been robbed there multiple times. It can get very dangerous, depending, especially those side streets. It can get very dangerous. So I can see why you felt that way. But if you do go to Brazil next time, if you go back to Rio, I recommend you stay like more like in the south, like kind of like Ipanema, Leblon, like that area.
Okay.
Stay there, because it's a lot more safer. Like it's by the beach. Yeah. You know, you don't got to worry about as much. You'll probably feel more comfortable there compared to a place like Lapa, where it's kind of known to be very dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because you know, it was crazy, right? So when I first get there, so I needed a phone, you know, the phone charger, the little charger thing. The little, you know, they got that charger is the same charger in Europe. So I came to the hotel lady, and I'm like, where can I get a charger? She was like, the bus station. So I was right near a bus station. So I'm like, where's it up the street? So I'm like, okay. And then I went there. I didn't know how to cross the street. Now, Baltimore City is new, like you know, we live a city life. Bro, I couldn't get, I'm like, wait, so the cars just go? Like, I'm like, how am I supposed to get across the street? So then I finally get across the street, you know, now one thing I will say, you find some good deals on the street of people selling everything. So somebody was selling one, and I ain't even had to go in there. The lady was charging me like $10. He might have charged me like $3. But then at nighttime, I'm like, all right, I'm about to go, you know, roam around. So I'm about to leave out the hotel, and the lady, the front desk lady was like, where you going? I'm like, oh, just about to walk around to see like where. She was like, walk where? I said, oh, I'm just. She like, no, you're not. You're not gonna walk. Like, where you going? Like, you can't just walk around. I'm like, why? She's like, cause you can't. It's not safe for you to do it. I think you need to, you know, take a taxi. I mean, take a Uber to like maybe like a certain area, Lapa, to go get some food. Cause I was just about to wander off, but it was nothing around the area I was at, right there. Like it was just a bus station or whatever. But she put me down like, you can't just be walking around. Cause I'm a walk. Like I like to walk. She's like, not at nighttime. You can't do that. So the front desk lady kind of helped me out with that a lot too. Like just walking.
Again, it goes back to what I'm saying is Brazilian people be looking like, because I had the same thing happen to me, bro, where I remember me and my boy, we were trying to take out money over there. We were in Sao Paulo, actually, so this wasn't even in Rio.
Yeah,
So
St.
we
Paul.
went to
Okay.
ATM. We went to ATM machine at a bank late at night, like at 8 o'clock at night, to take out some money. And basically, like, the guy that worked for the bank just came out of nowhere and started yelling at us. He said, "What are you guys doing? Brazil is a dangerous country. You can't be taking out all that money like super late at night like that. You'll get robbed."
Yeah.
And that's how Brazilian people are. They look out for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
facts.
yeah, but that's one thing, man. I gotta give it to you, man. You a ballsy guy, because Brazil. This is one thing I'm gonna say about Rio specifically is Rio is a walking city in the day, but it's not a walking city at night. It's not a place you want to be walking at night. Maybe Leblon, Panama, if you're with someone, especially another guy, no one's gonna fuck with you really like that. But if you by yourself walking, especially in the Lapa area, Santa Teresa area, I'm not saying you, but that's kind of asking to get robbed over there.
Yeah, walking Target. How you feel about staying near the beach? What's the popular beach?
Oh, you're talking about Ipanema?
No, not that.
Copacabana?
Copacabana, because I seen like that was the first place I seen like silent American hotel. Like I seen like a Hilton and stuff like on the strip. I'm sure they probably more expensive, but I was like, what about that? Because I walked the beach strip. That was pretty cool. I like the
it's kind of lit there, like by Copacabana. There's a lot of people, a lot of restaurants and kiosks, whatever you want to call it. So in my personal opinion, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like next time you do go to Brazil, I would say go again, but this time around, stick to that area. Because it's going to be a total different experience for you. Because it's a lot more safer, a little bit more luxurious. Yeah, because I will say this, Rio is one of the most expensive cities in all of South America. So yeah, it gets pricey. It gets very pricey, especially if you're in the South Zone. However, because you're paying more money, you're going to be in a lot safer area where you kind of don't really got to like look over your shoulder as much as compared to a place like Lapa. Or I know some people that stay in favelas. I'm like, you guys are crazy. So basically, like I said before, the favelas are like these houses that are on top of each other in the mountains and the hills. You probably have seen them. Like if you went to Ipanema in that mountain, you see all, especially at night, you see it like kind of lighting up. Those places. Yeah, that's a favela.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So people stay there, and I'm like, bro, you crazy as hell for that.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's a lot of Americans over that live over there, and I respect it because you know I don't like to call countries cheaper. It just seemed a little bit more cost efficient to be over there. But I guess you had to be in the right areas. I'm assuming, like in the right parts of Brazil, like for the price wise. So you saying Rio is like that's basically a tourist city now. So much that things are a little bit because the hotels, the Airbnbs were cheaper, but the hotels were a little bit more pricier.
Yeah, but even the Airbnbs like are still like it kind of reminds me of Barcelona because, for example, so this is the way I'm gonna put it to you. So I compare Rio to Barcelona and Sao Paulo to Madrid. So because Brazil and Spain are my two favorite countries. So Rio, for example, is very expensive, the most expensive or one of the most expensive cities in all of South America. Same thing with Barcelona. It's the most expensive city in Spain. So the thing is, like a lot of the time when you try to get an Airbnb, they're not always going to be the best looking Airbnbs, even in the South Zone and Copacabana thing. Sometimes like it's not really always the best looking Airbnb, but they're super expensive.
Yeah, I can see that.
Expensive. And then Sao Paulo and Madrid, for example, like Sao Paulo, I think you might like Sao Paulo more, especially since you're from Baltimore, you like New York, like the big city vibe. I feel like you might like Sao Paulo more. But Sao Paulo, for example, is more modern and it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. It's half the cost of Rio, and it's more modern. And people say that Sao Paulo is a bit safer than Rio, so it is safer than Rio. And if to motivate you even more to go to Sao Paulo, if that's something you want to do, they have a huge Japanese section of the city called Liberdade.
I heard about that. So, I heard about that. Yeah.
So I don't know if you knew, but basically Brazil has the highest population of Japanese people outside of Japan.
Yes, I heard about that. And it's funny, a lady on TikTok asked me, did I go there? She said it's like Manhattan. That's what she said. So she said when she got on the plane and stuff, she was telling me, she was like, yo, it looked like Manhattan out there when you first get off the plane. So I was like, oh wow, because a lot of people have asked me, have I been there? But I flew through because the connection was actually through there. So I wish, I'm like, damn, if I had And it was I could have chose a long layover, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. But now that I know that, I'm like, damn, it was like a 10-hour layover there. I should have did that so I can really got to see it. Because
there's always next time.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would say, I think you would like, because Rio's cool too, and I would say stay in the South Zone, but I personally think you'll like Sao Paulo more. So definitely give Sao Paulo a try.